It's the last NXT before NXT Battleground, so that means tonight is your go-home show. We're going to preview it. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And straight off the bat, before I get into this, I just want to say, I think tonight looks like another awful show. I'm looking at the preview here. I'm seeing absolutely nothing exciting on the card, and people are going to think I'm hating on wrestling to try and act cool or to try and act tough or to try and be different or edgy or whatever, but genuinely I'm not. I honestly believe that wrestling, I would say from WrestleMania, this could be the worst period of wrestling we've ever seen. Everything feels dead, and I know we've had this draft in the middle, but it hasn't really done much to excite me. I think wrestling, it could be possibly at the worst stage it has ever been. And there's been a lot of bad periods in wrestling, but I don't quite remember one this bad where I was watching shows and I genuinely did not care about like 90% of the stuff. And I know people will say that there's been bad runs, and I used to think like 2012, 2013, 14, I thought those were bad years. But looking back, you'd John Cena full time. You'd like the whole CM Punk, the CM Punk main event run, that was good. You'd Brock Lesnar returning. You had The Rock, who came around and did a few matches, a few feuds with Cena, and did some stuff with Punk as well. You'd Triple H coming back for the odd match. You'd The Undertaker still wrestling the odd match. I mean, holy crap, looking at those years now, I didn't appreciate them at the time, but when I look back now, it's like, fuck, I would kill to get those years back. And even then, like, you had, like, newcomers, like when the Wyatt family first burst onto the scene, or when the Shield first burst onto the scene, they didn't seem that bad, you know, it actually felt alright. But you look at wrestling now, and it's like, what is there to excite you? Seriously, what is there on wrestling these days to get you excited? Not, for me, nothing. For me, absolutely nothing, man. I fucking despise watching wrestling in 2023. But anyway, here to review this. I mean, even after that, you know, 15 was a bad year, but I felt like the brand split, when they redid the brand split in 2016, and they had different, I felt like it was like Raw versus SmackDown. To me, that's not what this current draft feels like. This current draft just feels like they're shaking up a bunch of people, and within a few months, you're going to get people from Raw turn up in SmackDown. I actually felt like the 2016 brand split, it did put life into wrestling, and I think probably 16, 17, and 18, they were decent years for WWE. But nah, man, I think ever since like 2019, 20, 21, 22, and 23, man, it's been downhill. It's been downhill for a long time. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get into NXT tonight. I'm going to quickly run through these matches and just listen to these matches, man. They make you not want to watch this shit tonight, let's be real. We have Heritage Cup champion Noam Dar versus Nathan Fraser in a non-title match. Boring. Hank Walker versus Tank Ledger. Who the fuck's Tank Ledger? Seriously, I don't know who this guy is. Eddie Thorpe versus Tyler Bate. I think I know who Eddie Thorpe is. I believe he debuted like a couple weeks ago, but still, I don't care for Eddie Thorpe. Those three matches right there, Noam Dar, Nathan Fraser, Hank Walker, Tank Ledger, and Eddie Thorpe, Tyler Bate. I mean, those matches alone are enough to make you not want to watch NXT. Like, what has happened? Honestly, I remember NXT used to be my favourite show, but those three matches there, honestly, like, how are you supposed to sit through that and enjoy that? It's literally fucking a bunch of nobodies. It's a bunch of nobodies. Then, of course, we've got the two NXT Women's Title Tournament semi-finals. It's Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez, and then Cora Jade versus Lyra Valkyrie. That is the two semi-finals, and obviously the winner of those two matches face each other at Battleground. Knowing that WWE like to do heels and faces, I would say it's difficult to predict. I think smart money would either be Tiffany Stratton and Cora Jade, Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyrie winning, or Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez winning. Now, I know Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez have history. I mean, I guess it would be cool or whatever to see them compete for the title. I don't think Roxanne Perez should win the title, and honestly, after her coming out saying she wants to bring mental illness into wrestling, like, Jesus fucking Christ, that just shows you the state that wrestling's in. I mean, could you imagine Austin came out after beating Michaels at Mania 14 and he says he's sorry to McMahon, he doesn't want to fight with McMahon anymore, he wants to hug McMahon because the mental effect it's having on him is causing him too much? I mean, Could you imagine that? Fuck no. We need to keep mental health and all that other shit out of wrestling. I mean, if Roxanne Perez, away from the cameras, wants to go and see a doctor or whatever, by all means go and do it. But on screen, remember, wrestling used to be badass. Do you remember when wrestling was badass and it was full of tough guys and sexy chicks, and that's what we loved about it? Now it's just full of fucking lefties, man. It's full of mentally ill, deranged people that don't have a tough bone in their body. Look at Seth Rollins. A crowd jumped the barricade and they said he was terrified. I mean, come on. Fucking terrified. What's that all about? Anyway, the preview doesn't mention Tony D, but he did get arrested last week, so I'm kind of excited to see what happens with that. So we'll see if they do anything with Tony D. That's probably the only thing I'm interested in seeing. Nothing about Chase U. It's been a while since we've seen Andrew Chase. Could he return tonight? We don't know. This preview here isn't saying anything about it. It's just listing his matches, and 3 out of these 5 matches, guys, make me want to kill myself. So I'm going to quickly give my predictions. I'm going to go with Nathan Fraser to defeat Noam Dar. I'll go with Hank Walker to defeat Tank Ledger. I have no idea who Tank Ledger is. I'll go with Eddie Thorpe to defeat Tyler Bate, because I just think that's going to happen. And the NXT Women's Tag Team Tournament, I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton to beat Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyrie to beat Cora Jade. That's my prediction. I think it'll be Stratton and Valkyrie in the final. I wouldn't be surprised though if one of these matches end in like a DQ and it sets up a triple threat match for the pay-per-view. I think that could also happen. And that's pretty much it, guys, for the preview. Not a lot to say. I mean, hopefully Tony D... Maybe we'll see Tony D in jail. Maybe we'll see Tony D in cuffs. Who knows? I feel like I'd rather be in jail than watch this shit, though. That's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.